Okay? Sige, let's start with fluffy Japanese cheesecake. We're gonna start with this one kasi lulutuin ko siya on the spot. So, I need time to bake it. So, para maabutan nyo na binibake ko. So, siya yung unahin ko. Okay? Okay, so for this one, okay, open your recipe booklet at page 32. Makikita niyo dyan yung fluffy Japanese cheesecake. Sige, hanapin niyo rin yung page 32, makikita niyo. Okay, so I have here my pot. So this is what we call a double boiler. Double boiler is having a pot with water, very small amount of water, like I think it's just 1/4. And then I have a bowl, metal bowl or glass bowl. Huwag mo nang galawin. Okay na yun. Mag-zoom in, zoom out ka lang. So, yan. Dapat hindi nagtatouch yung water tsaka yung bottom ng bowl. Okay? So, dapat ganyan. And then you turn on the heat para mag-boil. Why is it important na hindi mag-touch yung water and yung metal bowl? Because the reason why you're using double boiler is because you don't want to directly you don't want a direct contact from your water dun sa lulutuin mo. Okay? Hindi ka, ayaw mo ng direct heat. Gusto mo yung steam lang from your double boiler will cook whatever you're gonna cook here para low heat lang siya. Okay? So, this is where we are going to cook our cream cheese. Oh, ayan. So, the cream cheese I'm gonna use here is, you can see there, it's Arla. It's a 32%. They have two kinds kasi. Yung naka pale, tsaka yung naka-bloke. So, yung naka-pale, lower yung fat content nun. Sobrang lambot nun eh. And this one, yung naka-bloke, higher fat content. So, it's 32%. So, the higher the fat content, the firmer it will be. So, in here, the reason why I use Arla because I want to use cream cheese that are smooth and tangy yung lasa. Matapang yung cream cheese niya na lasa because we're gonna use it sa fluffy Japanese cheesecake na merong tendency na maging bland yung lasa. So, dapat yung gagamitin mong cream cheese dito, matapang yung lasa. Okay? And also, malambot kasi ang Arla. So, you want that texture for your Japanese cheesecake. But later, we are going to use another type of cream cheese, which is a Swiss Valley. That one is firmer. No? So, if you want a firmer type of cake, for our recipes, gusto ko na firm na cheesecake eh. Baked cheesecake yung gusto kong firm. So, doon ko gagamitin si Swiss Valley. You can also use Arla in there, but there will be a difference sa texture. Mas magiging malambot. So, you want your baked cheesecake, di ba? Kasi may body and mas firm. So, mas better si Swiss Valley. Okay? So,
Pwede po bang Swiss Valley?
ayun na. Nasagot ko na yon.
Chef, medium heat po ba?
No, boiling dapat ang double boiler. So, kung mag-medium heat ka lang, pag nakita mo ng sobrang boil na, pwede mo na siyang i-medium heat. So, I have here my cream cheese, my butter. Yan. So, i-melt natin yan and mix until maging pantay. Okay? Continuous stirring ha. Wag mong iwan. Okay? Pag iniwan mo to, iiyak. Diba? Nung iniwan ka ng ex mo, umiyak ka, diba? Ganon din to. Kaya wag mong iwan. So, continue stirring to make sure na hindi masusunog. Okay? You know, dairy is very sensitive to high heat. When you expose it to high heat, mas mabilis siya ma-burn. Ayan, nakikita nyo, it's rapidly boiling. So, I'm turning down the temperature to medium heat. Then, let's melt it all like so. And then I'm gonna, ayan. Every now and then, I lift up the bowl kasi nire-release ko yung too much steam and also the pressure para hindi masyadong mainit. And hindi masak ng boiling, and double boiler mo yung bowl. Kasi minsan, nasasak niya, hindi mo na matanggal. Okay, I'm gonna change now to whisk para mawala yung lumps. Okay? And then after that, we are going to mix in the milk.
What other brands cook for the butter?
For the butter, you can use any brand. Basta, butter ang gamitin mo, wag margarine, ha? So, ito na yung ating milk. Ayan. And then, you turn off the heat. Kita pa ba? Lagay natin muna ito sa gilid. Okay, you turn off the heat. Then, continue mixing. Until mawala na yung lumps. Okay, nandito na yung gatas, ha? Okay? And then, tabi ko lang muna to kasi hindi na natin siya kailangan sa life natin.
Salted po ba, chef, or unsalted?
The butter, always use unsalted in baking. I always use unsalted in baking because most of my recipes have salt. Okay? So, kapag gumamit ka ng salted, edi aalat na yon. Kung ang available lang dyan sa bahay nyo is salted, ang gawin mo, bawasan mo ng 2% yung salt na amount. Kasi all butters have 1.8 to 2% salt in it. So, yeah. Okay? So, after nyan, you can now add the, saan na ba ako? Milk. So, egg yolk. Ayan. Make sure lang na hindi masyadong mainit yung churba nyo, ha? Tindihan mo na yon kung ano yung churba. Okay, so here I have my egg yolk. So, this is how I store my egg yolk. So, kahapon ko pa kasi ito sineparate. So, I put bakit broadcast interrupted? Wait lang, may interruption daw na nangyayari. Ayan. Okay. Baka sa internet nila, hindi sa atin. Wait lang, we are going to fix our internet connection. Standby muna.
Okay na ba?
Is it okay? Hindi ko alam kasi 'di ba delay. So dapat yung ano. we're back! Nagkaroon kami ng internet interruption kasi siguro dumaan sino? Okay, so sorry for that, but don't worry guys. Everything will be fine. Okay, so, okay, going back here. Sige na, dito na tayo. So, saan ba tayo naputol kanina? Siguro sa pag-mix natin ito. Okay? So, here, I have nag-double boil tayo ng cream cheese, butter, and milk. And then, we mixed it properly, until it's mixed well, okay? And then, uy. And then, I have my egg yolk on the side. So, sabi ko kanina, ito nga, this is how I store my egg yolk. Kasi kahapon ko pa ito sineparate. You put a cling wrap on top, and then you cover it with the cover. Kasi, you have to make sure na hindi magkaroon ng skin yung top ng inyong egg yolk. That's why I cover it with plastic wrap. Okay? Para hindi ma-expose to oxidation. Okay? And then, make sure when you add your egg yolk, hindi masyadong mainit yung mixture mo. Okay? Just like that. Simutin natin kasi mahal ang jetlog. Jetlog! Ano ba yan? Okay?
Chef, evap po ba or fresh milk?
Fresh milk ang gagamitin. Evaporated is different from fresh milk. But I think that's okay. If you want to use evap also, that's okay. Okay, then after mixing in your egg yolk, you can now add your dry ingredients. I have here my salt, my cornstarch, and my cake flour. So the reason why we are adding, hindi ba kayo nagtaka, bakit hindi full flour na lang, chef? Bakit meron pang cornstarch? The reason why is, you want na mag-add ng starch in your mixture. Kasi, paano yan? Anong paano yan?
Can I use Emborg po or Carla?
Yeah, you can use that. Whatever cream cheese that you have. Guys, the brand that I'm putting there sa recipe will...
Madami doon yung napanood kasi.
Ang dami kong... Baka siya. Sa internet mo siguro.
No, you recorded na.
Yeah. Puro internet interruption daw siya. So, that's okay lang guys ha. Kasi, we're gonna upload naman the recorded video na tuloy-tuloy. If may internet interruption kayo. Okay, so, the reason why we are adding cornstarch here is that cornstarch will control the coagulation of your protein. So, when that happens, nalilesen yung cracking. Okay? So, mas makokontrol niya yung cracking nito, lalo na to kapag na-expose sa high heat. There's a tendency that this will crack. And also, starch will make your cake softer. Okay? So, it's a good technique no to add starch in your mixture. Okay? So, pag na-mix na yan, we are now going to add our lemon zest. So, I have here. So, ito guys, ano lang ha, optional lemon zest. Ako kasi I find it blunt talaga. So, I add lemon zest. So, kahit na half lang ng lemon. Ayan. Right there. Bango. You can also put lemon juice if you want to make, to have additional tanginess to your mixture, to your cake. Ayan. So, I'm gonna preheat my oven first. I'm gonna preheat it ng 120 because that's the first temperature that we're gonna bake it in. Okay? So that's my lemon zest.
Chef,
And then you mix it.
question, Chef. Is there a thing of over mixing the egg yolk butter?
The egg yolk butter, no. There's, ay, hindi. Egg yolk, this one. Okay. Yes, because meron ka ng flour na nilagay. Pag wala ka pang flour na nilagay, over mixing is not a thing. Unless meron ka ng flour na nilagay. Kasi it will just affect kapag nandun na yung protein mo. So when you overmix kasi your cake batter with flour, the gluten will form and then it will make your cake denser and tougher. Okay? So ayan. Okay? Now let's go with the making of our meringue to make our cheesecake fluffy. Okay? So, halika dito, KitchenAid. Halika ko. Ayan. So make sure everything is clean, your bowl is clean, your mixing bowl is clean, not wet, no fat, no acid. Para makuha mo yung full capacity ng aeration ng egg white mo. Okay? And then we have here our egg white. So it's better to make a meringue out of your egg white when it's room temp. Okay? Kasi mas loosen yung protein strands kapag naka-room temp ang egg white. Okay, so when making meringue, I want to correct the practice where you add egg white and sugar together right away. Okay, this is the proper way. You have to froth your egg white ng dahan-dahan. Gamitin ko. Before you add your sugar. Ayan. So, ipa-froth muna natin. Froth is, kapag nakita mo may bula-bula na, tapos umangat na ng konti. The reason why we are going to froth it first, and then yung hot water. The reason why we are going to froth it first because gusto natin nakaangat na siya bago pa siya lagyan ng sugar. Kasi kung lalagyan mo agad ng sugar, yung egg white, tapos saka mo siya papaangatin, there will be a tendency where hindi mo kukuha yung highest capacity of aeration of your meringue because mabibigatan siya kay sugar. Okay, so dapat dahan-dahan ding nilalagay si sugar. Okay? Ayan. So, gradually add in your sugar.
Unsalted butter po ba?
Unsalted. Okay? All my recipes are unsalted. Unless sinabi kong salted. Dyan sa recipe.
What is the speed of the mixer?
For the speed of the mixer, for mixing your meringue, start with medium speed. So that's for the KitchenAid. And then as it rises, as it aerates, you go high speed. Ang dahan-dahan.
Wala na po bang COT?
No need. COT is stabilizer. So if you want na maglagay, okay lang, hindi kita pipigilan. Pero ito kasi, hindi natin kasi siya kailangan paabutin ng steep peak. Ang kailangan lang natin is soft peak. So, no need to add stabilizer, which is your cream of tartar or any acid. Okay?
Pwede po bang hand-based mixer?
Yes, pwede. But it will take longer, ha? Wag mainip. Kasi syempre, mas madami yung ngipin nitong KitchenAid compared kay hand mixer. Okay, so yan. Feeling ko naka-ribbon stage na siya, konti pa. So let's check. So you can see here.
May ma-recommend po ba kayong supplier na ingredients, Chef?
Global Pacific. Oh. Message Global Pacific Distribution Network. Okay, so you can see here, can you zoom in? Ayan, medyo ribbon stage pa siya, konti pa. Makikita nyo dyan, pag bumagsak yung mixture, pakita natin. Ayan, oh. Medyo flatten pa. So, konti pa, mga... Ay, ba't ko nilagay agad yung attachment? Mali, mali, mali. Ano ba yan? Bagong gising ba? It's our first time kasi to make, to do an online class ng morning. Usually, we are 2 p.m. talaga. But I think I'm gonna adjust my other classes ng morning na.
Chef,
Para umaga pa lang nagbe-bake na tayo.
chef question po. Yung butter po softened or melted?
No need, kasi double boil mo yun eh. So, mas-soften lang siya or mamamelt lang siya during the double boiling.
Sifted cake flour and cornstarch?
Yes! So, konti na lang. Okay? The reason why kasi na magsa-soft pick lang din tayo dito sa meringue natin. 'Di ba usually kasi 'di ba stiff pick or medium to stiff pick because we want to incorporate small air pockets. So makikuha mo 'yan sa soft pick, okay? So ito na, let's check. It has a body pero ano ba 'yan? Ayan, ganyan ha. Okay? Let's go. Let's do the dance. Okay. Ano-anong sinasabi? Ano? Okay, so let's just set this aside first. And then here we have our mixtures, the meringue and our egg yolk mixture. So first is you add just 1/3 of your meringue. Okay, so every time you work with meringue, you always do this technique, no? Na mag-a-add ka muna ng konti dun sa batter mo para malighten yung mixture na egg yolk. The reason why is kapag hinalo mo to agad dun sa meringue mo, madami kang puputok yung mga air pockets mo, mawawala. Okay? Kasi mabigat pa yung egg yolk mixture. So you need to adjust the texture of your egg yolk mixture by adding small amount of meringue. So by the time that you add it to your meringue, hindi na siya sobrang bigat. So mas less yung madi-destroy mong air pockets. Remember, your air pockets here will be your leavener. Okay? Kita mo, wala tayong baking powder, baking soda, wala tayong chemical leavener. Only natural leavener, which is from your meringue. Okay? Hangin yung puhunan dito, gano'n. Okay, so by the time you mix it all, lipat ko na lang dito kasi maliit yung bowl ko, hindi na magkasya. Okay? Like that. Yan, so you fold in. Fold in technique, you scrape the bowl, the side of the bowl, and then you cut the side. Scrape the side of the bowl and cut in the center. Scrape, cut, scrape, cut. The reason why we're doing this technique because we want to handle your cake batter gently. Okay? It's because, again, for the air pockets. Okay? Scrape the side of the bowl and cut in the middle. Just like that. Okay, make sure na wala ng stripes ng puti. Okay, so this will be the texture of your Japanese cheesecake. You see, bumabagsak siya, but it will, pag bumagsak, nakita nyo, nag-e-emboss, but after, like 1, 2, 3 seconds, magpa-flatten ulit. So that's what we call the ribbon stage. Okay, so ribbon stage lang. Okay, So, don't overmix it ng hala. Ang daming pag-fold in.
Question po siya.
Ang daming pag-fold in. So, pag na-mix mo yan na sobrang fold in ka ng fold in, ang mangyayari, puputok yung air pockets mo, hindi magiging fluffy yung Japanese cheesecake mo. Okay? Oh, sige na. Pwede na mag-question. Yes.
Yung cream cheese, kahit di rin soften pag nilagay sa double boiler.
Mas maganda kung softened na, no? Kung hindi, okay lang. Kasi, you can cream that naman with double boiler. Mas mabilis kasi kung softened na, napalambot mo na ng mas maaga. Okay? So, now we are going to transfer it to our pan. So, I'm gonna slide it through my spatula para yung mga malaking air bubbles mag-pop, mabawasan kahit papano. Okay? Like that. Okay? And then, kunin lahat. Simutin. Kasi, mahal yan. mahal ang hangin. Okay? And I also prepared boiling water na. Asa na ba yun?
Chef, ilang minutes po yung pag-preheat ng oven?
Preheating of oven may take 15 to 20 minutes. But some oven might take longer. Okay? Dapat you always have a thermometer sa oven mo para alam mo kung na-reach mo na yung desired temperature.
Can I use yung hindi fresh na egg?
Wah! Paano? Ano na? Balot na? Ganyan? What do you mean hindi fresh? You always use fresh egg. It's not good to use not fresh egg, ha? So you can see there, I topped it. Top it once para lang mawala yung malalaking air pockets. Oh. Once daw. Twice nga. Yun. Okay? And then you transfer it to your tray na merong ibalaw. Transfer it to your tray na merong mataas na sides. Kasi we are going to bain-marie it. So, bain-marie is baking with hot water. For hot water na mga 1 inch tall, ay 1 inch height. Okay? 1 inch height. Ano sinabi ko kanina? 1 inch height.
Ano pong difference na?
Okay? So, yan. And then, after that, you can now put it to your oven. Okay? So, actually, guys, mas safer na yung pag-pour mo ng water dun na pag nandun na sa oven. Para hindi mo na siya bubuhatin na like this, mahirapan ka and risky, no? Madidisgrasya. But since I can't show you, hindi makukuha ng cameras, pinakita ko na lang dito sa table ko. Okay? Okay, question.
Anong difference po ng electric sa gas?
Difference ng electric sa gas?
Oven.
There are the gas din kasi na magaganda yung quality. And meron ding mga electric na magaganda yung quality. Depende sa brand, okay? So, the difference, mas tipid si gas for me. Hindi mo kasi masasabi na mas maganda yung luto kay gas or luto kay electric. Actually, both na pwede. Basta, kailangan mo lang hanapin yung sinong kausap nila yung table.
Preheating.
Ano?
I mean sa preheating, chef.
Ano?
Anong difference ng electric sa
Wala naman, walang difference. Basta maabot mo lang yung ano mo, desired temperature. Okay? Hindi mo kasi masasabi kung ilang minuto exactly. Kasi yung mga oven, different types of behavior yan. So, kailangan kung ano yung oven mo, dapat maging friends kayo. Okay? Ikaw lang makakasagot ng mga ganyan. Like, kunwari kahit sa baking, I baked mine at 30 to 40 minutes. Sa iba, it takes an hour. Okay? Kasi kahit na-reach na yung temperature na desired nila, the heat distribution, magkakaiba. Okay? May convection, may top and bottom lang na heat, merong top lang, merong ilalim lang. So, you have to make sure na friends kayo ni oven and alam mo kung paano siya mag-behave. Okay? So, yun lang. So, when it comes to heating, reheating, dapat meron kang thermometer para alam mo na kung na-reach mo na yung temperature mo or hindi pa. Okay?
Ano pong size nung cake pan and lalagyan po ba ng glaze?
Ayan. So, hindi ko ito na-discuss, guys. Ang daming interruption ng question. Okay? So, for the cake pan, that is 7x2. So, nakalagay yan sa ating recipe. So, ang magagawa niyan is 1 piece 7x3. 7-inch diameter and 3-inch height. So, my cake pan is 2-inch. Kaya nakita nyo yung aking wax paper mataas. Kasi nag-extend pa ako ng height. Kasi alam ko na aangat pa yan. Okay? So, dapat meron kang space. So, lagyan mo ng wax paper sa gilid. Mga 3-inch to 3.5. And then, yung ilalim, may wax paper din na bilog. Okay? So, dapat may wax paper para hindi dumikit. Okay? What else?
Paano po ba kapag nagka-bubbles ang mix?
Pag nagkaroon ng air pockets na malalaki, that's okay. Pag tinap mo yan, mawawala rin naman yan. Okay? So, just make sure na pag tama yung paggawaan mo ng merang para wala kang malaking air pockets. Wala na ang question.
Chef, what if po ready na ang butter pero di pa na-reach ni oven ang desired heat? Okay lang po ba yun?
No, dapat before ka mag-bake, naka-start ka na ng preheating mo. Okay? So kung matagal mag-preheat, dapat you start preheating ahead of time. Okay? Kasi yung cake batter natin, hindi dapat pahintayin. Kasi as it stands by, pumuputok yung air pockets niya. So, magiging dense yung iyong cake.
Chef, yung recipe na ginawa ninyo, magkano po yung ibenta?
The fluffy Japanese cheesecake, you can sell that for 500 to 600 at this size. Okay? So, depende sa location. Kung taga-probinsya, 150 lang. Ay, medyo. 500 to 600. Okay? So, no more question.
Chef, yung mga ingredients po wala po dito sa probinsya namin. May ibang brand po ba na pwedeng gamitin?
Yes, you can use other brands that available sa inyong province. So don't worry, no? Hindi ko naman pinipilit na yun talaga yung brand na gamitin nyo, yung brand na ginamit ko. Nilalagay ko lang yan dyan para meron kayong idea kung ano yung brand na ginagamit ko. And at the same time, pag meron kayong question bakit magkaiba tayo ng result, at least I can justify na I use a different brand, you use different brand, para alam mo na yung difference. Okay, sa texture, sa taste, and also sa, ano niya, output. Okay? So, kaya nilalagay ko yung brand dyan. So, it's important din kasi because it gives a factor. It affects sometimes your pastry. Ayan. No more? Ang daming question. One recipe pala. Okay? So, yeah, no more question. So, ito, I'm gonna bake my cake ng 45 minutes for 120 at 120 degrees Celsius, bain-marie. And then after that, pag nakita kong okay na siya, no, luto na, I'm gonna adjust the temperature and then bake it at 150 degrees Celsius for another 8 to 10, o di kaya dito 5 to 8 minutes para mag-brown yung top. Okay? So, timeran natin kasi, ayan, 45 minutes. Okay? Ano daw? May tanong pa daw.
Chef, yung mga cream cheese po ba, advisable po ba yan ipa-ship?
Ipa?
Kasi hindi pa masisira pag isi-ship.
Masisira, syempre, kasi dapat shield yan pag tinatransport. So, yeah. Okay?
Bakit po nagka-crack yung top minsan?
Ng alin? Ng fluffy Japanese cheesecake, you're exposing it to high heat. Masyadong mataas yung temperature ng bake mo. Okay? So, yan. So, we are done with our first recipe. So, we're gonna cut the video. We're gonna cut the video para pag-upload namin separate, no? Nakasegregate bawat recipe. Mas madali nyo makikita. Okay? So,
Last
change
question.
setup muna tayo. Para pagbalik natin, ready na tayo for the next recipe. Last question pa daw.
Ano pong degree for preheating?
For preheating, the temperature that you're aiming. Like for that, first baking is 120 degrees Celsius. So, you preheat your oven at 120 degrees. Okay?
Ano po ba ang pag-bake top and bottom po ba with air?
Um, for this one, mas magandang air lang. Kung meron kayong function na air lang or convection, convection lang. Kung wala kang convection, top and bottom. Okay?
Paano po ba malalaman pag luto na?
Paano malalaman pag luto na? I'm gonna show you later. Okay? So, let's cut it and then let's change the setup.